Hello, my name is Chad Matheson, Interim President and CEO with the Albuquerque Regional Economic Alliance. We're here today to talk about the 505 Awards and Areas Annual Dinner, and I'm happy to be joined by Lisa Abeyta, Acting Deputy Director for Innovation and Development with the Albuquerque Sunport. Lisa, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. You guys have a lot going on at the Sunport. Tell us a little bit about what's been going on and a little bit more about the Sunport and economic development.
Thanks. I have to say it's one of my favorite places ever to work because something is always happening. No day is the same. And when you think about how much change there's been at the Sunport over the last 3 years with our massive renovation that's kind of coming towards an end, and then all of the things we're looking forward to, it's so exciting. When you think about all of the new local restaurants that now have a place, not only as part of like the stable that we have there, but also the new program where we've brought in small companies who are giving in the Ascend program that are being given this opportunity to learn what it's like to actually try to conduct business in an airport. Because dealing with government for business is already hard, but dealing with a real-time operation like a Sunport makes it doubly hard for these small businesses. So to make local possible there is so exciting. Yeah. But beyond even being the first place that people see when they come here and the first impression, last impression for a lot of our visitors, when you think about it, we're a small city. We have this whole economy that moves around. We're an enterprise fund, so we are responsible for generating all of the revenue that will actually keep our operations in place. And so economic development is paramount. It's something I didn't really know, even when I first started working for the city in economic development, is how much of a driver that really was for allowing us to not only keep our operations going at the Sunport, but be able to expand and grow and develop jobs and develop a part of the economy that can move through the generations and create a different opportunity for a lot of people here than may exist today.
The renovation has been such an important project for you guys over the last several years, and you mentioned it, how you all prioritized incorporating local, regional, smaller businesses into that renovation process to stand up retail frontside retail stores in the Sunport itself. So I'm curious if you could expand on that a little bit and link that to how the Sunport's played such an important role in engaging the small business community to encourage their revenue growth as a small entity within the region.
The real genesis of that program came from our deputy director who had seen programs and helped stand up programs like this elsewhere in his career. And so his experience in knowing what that would mean allowed us to move forward with this program. There are other airports that have done this as well. We're not the only one, but it really does speak to a true commitment to our community and to making sure that local businesses are not only a part of what we are growing there, but also of what travelers see. People, when they fly through an airport, they do like to see the staples. They like to see the Dunkin' Donuts. They like to see those kinds of things that are familiar and safe. Sure. But it's also this neat opportunity to try something that is from that community. And so having the jewelry, having hats and t-shirts and food that is very uniquely Albuquerque, it's another way of saying this is who we are and this is what we're proud of.
Yeah, absolutely. Traveling through, you guys have done a phenomenal job. And I feel like over the past several months, there's been a new kind of storefront opening up, and something that you can kind of stop and check out and explore a little more at, something that you might not have seen otherwise. You know, so kind of going
I've
to
been
and
a frequent customer already.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, you know, I think emphasizing it even more, the Sunport's role in economic development and as a community partner. The 505 Awards are a time of year that we all come together and really celebrate the big and little economic development activities that we've seen over the last 12 months. The Albuquerque Sunport is a sponsor this
Yes.
year. I'm curious if you can speak to the importance of that and the role you guys are playing in sponsoring an awardee for the
Yes.
505 this year, and add a little color to that side of the conversation.
Oh, I will. My role up until very, very recently has been solely focused on commercial development and innovation, and it's been a really good fit with my background of being in GovTech and understanding what we can do within that space. And I've spent probably the last year and a half on one major project that is about economic development, of looking at our southern acreage. And we have a rail spur. We now own a rail spur, and most of it is still in the dirt. But we also already have a first customer. New Mexico Transload is already in partnership with us, has rehabbed part of that and is using it. It will generate revenue for the Sunport this year, but it also lets them as a company do things that they could not do without that rail spur. And so it's a tremendous partnership and a beginning of what will be a whole new economic center. And so when we're focused on things like that and we partner with folks like Area, we also need support from the other departments within the city and within the state. And one of the folks that we have sat and talked to a lot are the team from the Metropolitan Redevelopment Agency. And watching what they have done, even with the rail trail, and how that will spur a different community access than we've had, but also in looking with the tools that they have and what they can do with revitalizing parts of our community that desperately need it.
Absolutely.
But it's not just about revitalizing parts of the community that need it. It's also about those strategic partnerships of how do we work together to do something bigger than we could on our own. So when we look at awards like this, they really matter because a lot of this work that goes on in our community that builds the economy is unrecognized, unseen. Lots of phone calls, lots of meetings with 3 or 4 people. And there's no news about it, there's no big stories, and sometimes our failures are the only things people see when a company doesn't make it out. And so a commitment to the city falls through because of things that have happened to them that they couldn't control. Then that becomes news. And so a lot of times the perception is nothing's happening because you see those big failures, but you don't always see all of the groundwork that's making other successes possible. And so when we work with folks like Terry Brunner, who leads not only that agency, but helps lead our city, it's really an honor to get to recognize not only his work and the role that he's played in that, but also to celebrate the partnership we've been able to have in the work that we're doing at the Sunport to help build the economy as well.
Absolutely. Terry Brunner, congratulations on receiving an award this year at Area's 505 Awards. Lisa, thank you for joining us today. Albuquerque Sunport, economic driver, partner extraordinaire. It's been a pleasure to sit with you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.